Hey, fight fans, Marcos Viegas here, being joined with Al Bernstein. It's fight week. Canelo versus Lara happens this weekend. Al, it's really a fight that fans are looking forward to because there's a lot of intangibles in this fight. It's a pick'em fight for a lot of fans. Here in Vegas, though, Sportsbook have it 2-1. Canelo, the favorite. Press conference just finished. Al, seeing Canelo, Lara talk, pick'em fight, 2-1 odds. How do you see all this?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think this fight is one that boxing fans are interested in seeing. You know, we know that these are the two best fighters in the 154-pound division when Floyd Mayweather's not in action in that division. And I think there's a genuine interest by everyone to find out, can Canelo at 23, even though he's already a 6 or 7 year veteran, can he deal with the amazing technical proficiency of the Cuban boxing master Erislandy Lara? And can Lara deal with Canelo's youth and power, given the fact that Alfredo Angulo was able to knock down Lara twice in their fight? Can Canelo's aggression produce something like that? So there's no question in my mind that this is a fight that fans want to see.
Now also this press conference, the first with Oscar De La Hoya by himself without Richard Schaefer. He made his presence felt here today in Las Vegas. So let's go ahead and take it up to him and the rest of the fighters on this card.
I have to admit, I took out a page out of Dana White's book with stacking the cards from top to bottom, making sure that the fans, not only at home but inside the arena, are getting there early to watch exciting champions of tomorrow, the champions of present, of today, making sure that they get there early and watch these terrific, terrific fights.
Muy buenas tardes a todos.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Primero que nada, hay que darle gracias a Dios por una vez más estar en un gran escenario como este.
I want to give thanks to God for being in this position in a big stage again.
A todos los medios de prensa, a Golden Boy, a Showtime, muchas gracias por la oportunidad.
All the press here, Golden Boy Promotions, Showtime, thank you for this opportunity.
La cuarta vez que vengo a Las Vegas a pelear, 3 ocasiones anteriores ganó las 3 por nocaut, esperamos pues seguir con el mismo récord.
This is the 4th time I come to Las Vegas to fight. The prior 3 times I won by knockout, and I hope to continue that.
Es una gran pelea, una gran oportunidad para mí, no la voy a desaprovechar, así que vengo a darle el todo por el todo.
This is a great opportunity for me, and I'm looking to take full advantage, so I'm going to give it my all.
Así que los exhorto a todos que vean la cartelera, va a ser un gran cartel, y sobre todo que vean mi pelea, que voy a tener una gran victoria.
And I'm on a great card with all these great fighters, and I'm here to give you guys a great victory.
Thank you.
Muy buenas tardes a todos. Son 11 meses, Oscar, no un año.
Good afternoon, everybody. Oscar, it's been 11 months, not a year.
¿Qué les puedo decir? Estoy muy emocionado de estar de regreso. Como acabo de decir, son 11 meses que he estado ausente de este deporte que me ha dado todo. Estoy muy emocionado.
What can I say? I'm very excited to be back. It's been 11 months in a sport that I love, and it's given me everything.
Vengo con más ganas, con más hambre de seguir adelante. He sido 3 veces campeón mundial y voy por muchos más.
I'm very hungry. I'm very hungry to return, and I've been a 3-time world champion, and I want more. I want to be champion and more.
Tengo 28 años. Este es mi año. Me falta muchísimo más que dar. Esto va por México. Gracias a Oscar de la Hoya, a Showtime por ponerme en esta grande cartelera.
I'm only 28 years old and very determined, and I want to dedicate this fight to Mexico, and I want to thank Oscar, Golden Boy Promotions, Showtime.
Jonathan Oquendo, yo sé que viene con ganas, viene con hambre, es un muchacho joven, sabe que el ganarme a mí lo pondría en una posición muy alta, pero si él viene con hambre de una semana, yo vengo con hambre de todo un año.
And what can I say? Jonathan Oquendo's a determined fighter. He's a young fighter. I know that he's coming very hungry. But, you know, if he's hungry for about a week, I've been hungry for 11 months, almost a year.
Gracias a todos. No se pierdan mi pelea. Abner está de regreso y esto es por Jalisco. Gracias.
Thank you very much, and don't miss my fight. Abner has returned, and this is for Jalisco. Thank you.
The main event is one that everybody should be excited about. Because we don't get these types of matchups every single day. We don't get these fights very often. The best fighting the best. At 154 pounds, you're seeing the number 1 and number 2 guy going at it. And we're going to determine, and they're going to determine who the very best is.
Buenas tardes a todos.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Quiero darle las gracias a toda la gente de la prensa, a toda la gente de la cámara,
I want to thank everybody here, the press. Thank you for being here.
a Showtime, a MGM, a Golden Boy,
Showtime, MGM, Golden Boy,
a Team Lara por esta oportunidad.
Team Lara for helping me get this opportunity.
Estamos ready. No, ya creo que no hay más nada que hablar, ya todo se ha hablado.
We're ready. I think there's nothing much more to say. I've said what I had to say.
Hoy quiero darle las gracias a los Charlos por estar aquí, que son compañeros de campo. Charlos.
Oh, I want to thank the Charlos that are here. They've helped me out, prepared me for this fight.
Y listo, nos vemos el 12 de julio.
And I'm ready. We'll see everybody on Saturday, July 12th.
Gracias a todos.
Thank you all.
Bueno, primero que nada quiero agradecer a todos por estar aquí,
First of all, I want to thank everybody for being here.
toda la gente que siempre está apoyándome, todos los medios.
All the supporters, all the press.
Pues ya ansioso, ¿no? De que sea 12 de julio. Estamos listos para esta pelea. Hicimos una gran preparación y la verdad que lo único que mi cuerpo pide es pelea y estoy listo para el sábado.
And I'm anxious. I'm very anxious for this fight. We did a very good preparation, and the only thing that my body's asking for right now is to fight.
Agradecerles nuevamente y los espero el 12 de julio.
I appreciate everyone very much, and I'll see you guys on Saturday, July 12th.
Both Canelo Alvarez and Erislandy Lara not saying much. They've done all their talking already, Al, to the build-up to this fight. But on this undercard, a lot of interesting matchups. We see Juan Manuel Lopez and Abner. Let's go ahead and start with Juan Manuel Lopez going up against a guy who has a big punch, a lot of knockouts, and we're not really sure where Juanma is at this point.
Yeah, Juanma taking on Francisco Vargas, who is a young fighter who represented Mexico in the Olympics. He is an aggressive fighter. He's a powerful fighter, and he throws lots of punches. And so against Juanma, who is coming in off that win over Daniel Ponce de Leon, but a win, even in the win, he got knocked down in the first round. And I think when we all saw it, we said, well, okay, this is probably the end of his career. He's had difficult losses recently, including his loss to Garcia. And so I think the thing that's most salient about this fight is that almost nobody thinks it's going the distance. I mean, nobody. And even Vargas and Juanma, when I chatted with them in interviews for the Boxing Channel, neither of them thought it was going the distance. So I think we're going to see fireworks in that fight, and certainly Juanma in a vulnerable position. But listen, he's tough.
Now, Abner is returning after 11 months after that loss to Jonathan Gonzalez, making a few changes in his camp, and it has me wondering, how is he going to be, and how much has that loss affected him? A lot of changes, sometimes it's good for a fighter, but sometimes it throws him off.
And the changes are not just cosmetic. He left his longtime manager, Frank Espinoza, and they had a more than just the normal manager-fighter bonds. So that's an emotional difference. Then he goes and trains with Virgil Hunter, who is trying to work on the Mares defense a little bit more. But sometimes when you make that change, you get caught in between styles, right? Yeah. And you don't know if you're supposed to be the aggressive fighter you were or the boxer puncher. Now, I've always believed that Mares, when he has fought as a boxer puncher, was more effective. He did that in the Ponce de Leon fight. But sometimes in recent fights, he's become a brawler. Literally a brawler, where his technique isn't what it's supposed to be. So I think that change might be helpful for him, but when you throw all that in with the 11-month layoff, it creates a lot of doubt in this fight. And Jonathan Oquendo, the man he's fighting, is a real fighter. This guy comes with his, lunch pail and his drink, and he said, "We're here, boy. We're gonna fight." And he's a really aggressive fighter, and he's gonna test Mares early, that's for sure. So this is a fascinating fight, and even Oquendo mentioned it is, as we have on a couple of these fights, a renewal of the Puerto Rican-Mexican rivalry, which is also great.
I know this card is labeled Honored in Glory, but you could also label it Do or Die, because it's do or die for Canelo, do or die for Mares, and do or die for Juan Manuel Lopez.
Yeah, and Lara, you might say as well, because he's 30 years old, 31 years old, and he's a guy that nobody wants to fight. So that's an issue. But yeah, I think there's a lot at stake, and sometimes we talk about these pay-per-view fights and you get overly enthusiastic about them. But in this case, I look at all four of these fights that are on the card. And which also features, by the way, Mauricio Herrera, who just had a great fight against Danny Garcia, which he could have arguably gotten the decision in, taking on Johan Perez in what should be a very interesting fight. You look at this whole card and you say to yourself, this should be a night of boxing that fans will really enjoy.
No, it's certainly stacked. Like Oscar De La Hoya mentioned in the press conference, he's taken a page out of Dana White's book and stacking these pay-per-views. And it's shown the quality's gone up, and it's something where fans want to stay from the beginning to the end. Now it goes down on July 12th. Showtime pay-per-view, the man right next to me. Going to be calling the fight, of course, but we got you covered on all bases here at the Boxing Channel. Tune in to us tomorrow for the weigh-in, and of course for the night of the fight. We got interviews and all sorts of stuff coming your way.